Hello children, I am Rohini Kataria, your English teacher. Today we will be starting with the poem of your flamingo, My Mother at 66, which is written by Kamla Das. This poem, My Mother at 66, it's one of the finest examples of the human bonding and especially that of a mother and a daughter. Like all of us know that mother and daughter, they share a special bonding and love. Now here in this poem, we will see the pain and fear of the poet. Why pain and fear? Because the poet is afraid of losing her mother due to the harsh reality of life, that is death. Now her mother is very old. This we'll see in the poem. She is very old, and when the poet looks at her mother, she just feels that pain and she is afraid of the fact that she is going to lose her mother soon. Now this poem, when you read, it's written in free verse, and when you see the poem, you will seldom find any full stops there, which shows that the poet, she goes on thinking one thought after the other, one thought after the other. Okay. Okay, first we will know about the poet Kamla Das. She was a Malayalam lady and she wrote under Malayalam pen name Madhavi Kutty. Later on, she converted herself to Islam, renaming herself as Kamla Suraya. Kamla Das, she was born on March 31st, 1934 at Thrissur, Malabar coast, which is now in Kerala, and she died on May 31st, 2009 in Pune, India. Now when we see the works of Kamla Das, her short stories, poetries, essays, we will find that her work was centered on personal experiences rather than colonial experiences. Kamla Das, she wrote both in English language and Malayalam language. And she has written poetries, short stories, memoirs and essays. If we find her poetries, we see that her poetry collection included Summer in Calcutta, The Descendants, The Old Playhouse and other poems. Her English language works included the novel Alphabet of Lust and the short stories A Doll for the Child Prostitute and Padmavati the Harlot. She has also written many stories in Malayalam. Perhaps her best known work was an autobiography. Autobiography means a person when he writes about his own life. Okay. Now this autobiography was first, it appeared in as a series of columns in the weekly Malayalandu, then in Malayalam as Intikatha, and finally in English as My Story. Now, she received many literary awards, including the Asian World Prize for Literature in 1985. Okay, now children, I'll start with a line by line explanation of the poem. First, I'll read out the lines of the poem and then I'll explain what it means, along with the devices which I used. Driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother besides me. Now here, the poetess, she is on her way to airport in Cochin when she is struck by the realization of her mother in old age. Now the poetess, she is going to Cochin airport and it was Friday morning. Now her mother is sitting beside her and the poetess looked at her mother. When you see these lines, you find the device which is used by Kamala Das in these lines is assonance. Assonance, as I told you earlier in my earlier videos, that assonance is the use of vowel sounds. Now when we see these lines, to Cochin, last Friday morning, okay, I saw my mother, now here the sound of O, the use of vowel O is C. So here Kamala Das has used the literary device assonance. Doze open mouth, her face ashen like that of a corpse. Here when the poetess sees her mother is dozing, sleeping, and her mouth is open. When she sees her mother sleeping with her mouth open, her face was looking like a ash. You know what ash? Ash is, suppose when you burn something like wood or paper or something, that what residue is left is ash. So her face, you can say here her face was ashen, means it's looking like ash, means it was very pale, it was very weak, and her face looked like a corpse. Corpse means a dead body. Her mother's face was so pale, without any color. Here she is comparing her mother's face to that of a dead body's face, because no expressions, nothing was there, and it was opened wide and it was looking like a dead body. Again, the literary device is assonance, because you can see doze open mouthed, her face ashen. Here the use of vowel sounds O, A and E. Again, the device which is used is simile, because here mother's face has been compared to that of a corpse. And realized with pain that she was as old as she looked, but soon put that thought away and looked out at young trees sprinting, the merry children spilling out of their homes. Now the poetess and her mother, they are going to the airport. When the poetess sees her mother, she realizes that the old age is creeping on her mother, and it is very difficult, very painful for her to accept. Here she is so sad that she just wants to divert her thoughts. She starts looking outside the car, and what does she see? She sees young trees sprinting. Means the young trees, although they are stationary, they don't move, but when we are in a car or a vehicle, the trees seem to be running very fast in the opposite direction. Now she sees the young trees sprinting, the merry children, the happy children, they are running out of their houses into the playgrounds. Now these both the things, they are all full of life and energy. Here she is trying to bring out a contrast. Here her mother, who is sitting inside, who is sitting next to her, she is all old, she is near to death, but when she is pale and worn out, but when here she sees outside the trees, the green trees, the young trees, the small children, these all represent youth, energy and life. Probably she is driven back to her days when she was a child and her mother had been young. Okay. Now in these lines you will find the use of consonants. Consonants means the use of the sounds consonants sounds. When you read these lines and realized that with pain that she was as old as she looked, but soon put that thought away. You will find here the poetess has used the sounds S and T. This is the first device. Second, imagery. You can, when you are listening to this poem, you can imagine all those things. You can imagine trees, very young green trees. You can find happy children running here and there. So imagery is used. Then repetition. Now here the repetition of looked, like as she looked and looked out. Here you can see looked. So that is. But after the airport security check, standing a few yards away, I looked again at her, wan, pale. Now, as we know, when we go to the airport, we become busy because lots of things are there. You have to go for a security check, your baggages are checked and all. Now here the poetess, after her all security check and all is done, now she realizes that her mother is also with her. Again she turns back and sees that her mother is standing there. Again that same old fear returned back when she noticed her mother's aging face, which was looking so dull, weak and pale. As a late winter's moon, and felt that old familiar ache, my childhood fear. But all I said was, see you soon, Amma. All I did was smile and smile and smile. Here the poetess is comparing her mother to a late winter's moon. Here you can see simile. Repetition, you can see the use of simile because here the comparison is being made. Here the poet is comparing her mother to late winter's moon, because when you see the moon in winters, they are not very shiny, and late winter's moon is a representation of death or something which you can lose. Okay, now her mother is getting older and weaker. Here she feels the fear of separation, like in childhood. When you are small children, you always want to be near to your mother. You always fear of separation. Now again that same similar, you can say, fear of her childhood, that pain has come again. Now her mother has grown very old and she is about to die. Now she is going, the poetess is going. She cannot stay with her mother because she has a job probably, or she has some other commitments. She thinks when she comes back after few years, will she find her mother, or this is the last time when she is seeing her mother? She tries to hide her fear, and then she sees and she says that see you soon, Amma. Why she says so? Is because she doesn't want to lose her mother. And all I did was smile and smile and smile. Now here repetition is there, smile and smile and smile. This shows that how artificial her smile is. I mean, she is trying to smile, but inside she is so very afraid of losing her mother. Is it clear, children? Now here you can see simile is being used, repetition is used. Here in this poem, the poem doesn't follow any rhyme or rhythm. It is written in free verse. Okay, children, just now I'll tell you the summary of this poem. The poem My Mother at 66, which is composed by Kamala Das, revolves round the theme of advancing age and the fear of loss and separation. The poetess is on way to airport in Cochin when she is struck by the realization of her mother in old age. The old age creeping on her mother is a hard fact difficult for her to accept. The mother's corpse, like an ashen face, bring thoughts of her upcoming death. The mother is sitting beside the poetess. She is pale and worn out. The green trees racing past the speeding car are grim reminders of time which has passed. The joyous children playing outside give her some respite as she is lost in a thought of old age. The children represent youth, energy, and life. She is probably driven back to the days of her childhood when the mother had been young. Now the fear of losing her made her feel insecure. She felt this insecurity as her mother had lost the blush of youth and middle age, and her twilight years have become as pale as the winter moon. She is happy to see that her mother is still breathing, but she is beset with sorrow and insecurity as she departs at the airport, bidding goodbye to her mother and trying to hide her fears in vain by smiling all the time. I hope you have understood this poem. Thank you. Have a good day.